Was born and raised on the north side of Washington, D.C. in the year of 1990. Me, my mother, and two sisters, Tierra and Rakia, stayed on 16th Street around Trinidad and a townhouse across the street from a cemetery. I was born July 20th, a couple days after my father was murdered from gun violence in the city, so I came into this world without a father. Just my mother, Myra Macaricio, half black, half Cuban, born in New York but moved to Washington, D.C. when my grandmother and grandfather broke up. My mother is a natural-born hustler. I remember growing up, she would be selling dinner trays and stolen clothes from the mall and designer shoes to provide for us. My mother was a professional booster. She would go up in them people's stores and snatch their merchandise up and stuff it right in her purse, then walk straight out of the store. She would take the merchandise back to the hood and sell it for a discount price, or she would go back to the store and return it for cash or credit. I can remember a handful of times me and my mother would go into a store and return stolen stuff, and she'd get to arguing with a person at the cash register. Laugh out loud. Her favorite line was, "Go get your manager. I want to talk to your manager." Like, this lady would really put up a fight and make them take their stolen stuff back with no receipt or nothing. Most of the teens living around Trinidad at the time, mothers were strung out on some type of drug, so they was left to take care of themselves. My mother would cook dinner and make dinner trays to sell to them. My mother did nails, hair, through fish fries, anything but sell her body to make $1. She used to take me and my sisters to the cemetery to visit my father's gravesite. Sometimes she would grab a blanket and some food, then we would just sit out there at the gravesite all together, eating and joking around. Growing up, I could tell my father's death really hurt my mother. Countless times I would walk past her room and hear her in there crying, saying, "Big Larry, I miss you." I would walk in her room and try to comfort her the best way I could by hugging her. My father's death also affected me growing up. I would see other kids hanging or playing with their fathers, and it would really sad me because I would be like, dang, I never even met my father. Over time, I started to develop an attitude problem with my father's death. I remember my mother telling me we was going to my father's gravesite one day, and I said to myself, I don't want to go. I was tired of talking to a metal plate in the ground and then not talking back. Every time I got mad or upset about anything, I used to wish my father was alive. I just felt like if he was alive, he could make me feel better. The violence in Washington, D.C. at this time was crazy. My father's murder put the body count at 300, and it was only July. So that should give you an insight on how the city was rocking and rolling at the time. Trinidad was a war zone around this time. The top of the street was beefing with the bottom of the street, and every time they ran into each other, it was always serious. Yeah, this is just a clip, you know what I mean? But I got more stuff, you know what I'm saying? I got notepads, I got books, and I got the dates when I wrote it, Candy USP, I wrote that the 20th, April 20, you know what I mean? Look here, I got shit all in the back of this shit, you know what I mean?